And now on the line is Rachel Browne from Team Hope. Rachel, welcome to the program.
Thanks so much for having me, Darren.
Okay, Rachel, I interviewed Jonathan Douglas, the Christmas Shoebox Appeal manager from Team Hope last October on Near FM, and I know that your organisation does a range of work every year, not just your Christmas Shoebox Appeal. To start off, could you give our listeners on Near FM a bit of a reminder for those who don't know of who Team Hope are, and then tell us how your Shoebox Appeal went last Christmas compared to more recent years?
Yeah, of course. So Team Hope are a development aid charity, and we are best known for the Christmas Shoebox Appeal that we run every year, sending gifts in Christmas shoeboxes from people in Ireland to children affected by poverty in countries across Africa and Eastern Europe. So people may have done it when they were in school, or they may indeed have done it this year, and we were absolutely delighted with the response in 2021 for Christmas just gone. I mean, it was a tough year for everyone, and we had done the appeal online the year before, actually, because we couldn't, with COVID and everything, take physical shoeboxes or deliver them even. So that was tough. And we came back this year and we were able to we did a bit of both. We did the online, people could donate a shoebox online, but also they could donate them in person again, which was amazing. And we were delighted. And if you don't mind me announcing, we got over 178,000 Christmas shoeboxes. And we still had some online shoeboxes coming in after the Christmas date. So that number is actually probably a little bit higher now. We'll need to recalculate, but over 178,000 shoeboxes were sent overseas by people in Ireland at Christmas, which is just amazing, isn't it?
That's fantastic, yeah. And how does that compare to 2020, can you tell me?
2020, when we did the online appeal, not great at remembering numbers.
2019, rather, I mean.
2019 was, I think we got 270 something thousand. I'm not great at remembering numbers. Okay. But like I said, the world drastically changed after that, and we thought we might just get none, or we might get 200, or, we didn't know how it would go. Obviously everyone's in a totally different situation, and yeah, it's just, we were blown away by getting even over the 100,000. We were blown away. It's funny because people drop them off. You can drop them off at any deal shop or some local garages. The fast fit garages take them. So we don't have a count kind of until the end, because our volunteers go and pick them up from those places. Then our volunteer teams check them and seal them up and put them in the cartons. So it's only when they're being packed onto the trucks that the final count is being done. So even as we go along, I think it's going well. I think people are excited, but we have no idea till the end. So we're really waiting, like everybody else, for that final number. And then, yeah, we were just blown away. We were so excited by just how generous everybody was.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, Rachel, can you tell our listeners about what else you and Team Hope are working on at the moment in Ireland and or the countries in which you work abroad?
Yeah, so we work abroad in a lot of those countries that we send Christmas shoeboxes to. We do a lot of different projects, and through delivering shoeboxes, our partners are often able to find the most marginalized families in their communities, the most vulnerable children, and they're able to, see different needs that they wouldn't have seen before, and we're able to help in that way. One of the big things that we do in countries in Africa is savings and loan schemes for communities. So helping people to get started with using their own skills and talents to start small businesses and start to make an income for their families and start to see a difference in their lives, and to then help others in their communities. So that's the kind of thing we're involved with year round. when we're not doing the Christmas shoe boxes. And then also, as you said, in Ireland, we're working away in schools on other projects. And I know I was talking to you before about one of our projects called Confirming Hope, where we work with confirmation classes, with 6 classes around the country in Ireland. And any school can sign up, and we work within the confirmation curriculum. So many of the parents out there will know the Grow in Love book that comes home for the confirmation homework and for the religion homework right through from junior infants. I know we use it here in our house. So we work with that curriculum and also teach the students within that about the UN Sustainable Development Goals, or you might know them as the global goals. So we have a fun child-focused presentation that goes along with that, and we focus on the goals of zero poverty, no hunger, and clean water and sanitation. And we explore through that how young people can make a difference both locally and globally, even though they're young and they sometimes feel like they don't have a voice or there's nothing they can do. But confirmation can play such a key part in the development of our global citizens here in Ireland. And we examine how God, through their confirmation, can help and equip us to help other people as well.
Okay, I have been covering the whole UN Global Goals, SDGs, on community radio since before they came in 2013. Can you tell me if the students you work with in confirmation classes every year in Ireland get much interest and inspiration from learning about the goals?
Yeah, do you know what? Young people are just fantastic. And that's why we started this project, because we really heard back when we were talking about Christmas shoeboxes that young people, especially at that end of primary school, they want to do something. They see a need and they want to be involved, and they're so capable. We see young people all around the country. We kind of encourage them in this project to take an action, whatever that action that they might feel passionate about. So to talk as a class, to talk about what's happening in their communities, to talk about what's happening overseas, to develop their understanding of those issues in a way that's age appropriate to them, in a way that they can understand and relate to and see, and then decide what action they want to take. And we hear back from teachers that, you know, their class wants to do a bake sale for to raise money for the homeless in their city, or something in their local community, maybe a family in need, that they decided to help in some practical way. And we just hear these beautiful stories that are really student-centered. They really come up with the ideas themselves, which is really important, I think. You know, kids are used to being, you know, we're doing this at 3 o'clock and we're doing this at 4 o'clock, and they're used to going along with what we're telling them. But giving them the chance to come up with the ideas and just decide what they're passionate about is amazing. And that's really equipping for them for later in life. You know, it means that they realize, oh, I do have a voice and I can make decisions and I can go out and help in my community myself, which is amazing. And hopefully will carry on as they go through secondary school and into adulthood as well.
Okay, so I have a couple more questions about your Confirming Hope project. I believe the SDGs, or Global Goals, came into operation, I think, in 2016. How long is this project, Confirming Hope, of yours going on, Rachel?
We have been running Confirming Hope or something similar for maybe 7 or 8 years. That's me with the numbers again, never remember anything. But we've been focusing in on these 3 global goals for maybe the last 3-4 years.
Okay.
Something like that. So we find, you know, it's helpful to the schools as well that we're connecting it to something they can connect to their curriculum. And it's wonderful that these issues are part of the curriculum, because we look and we think, oh gosh, we should be teaching kids about things like that. But actually, it's all happening in the schools, and parents of kids that age will know they're coming home and talking about things like the global goals and poverty and clean water and hunger and They have a greater understanding of global issues than we would have at that age. And I think that all comes from projects like the global goals and, that are filtering down from the UN. And that's kind of coming from people's increased awareness, global awareness in 2022 and the world of the internet. And I suppose all of that being used for good in some way.
If I remember correctly from doing it myself, kind of confirmation years ago, I believe sixth class confirmations are not till around June every year, I think. You personally work on this campaign Confirming Hope full time, do you, Rachel?
No, I am part-time with Team Hope, and I look after our digital media as well. Okay. So like in many charities, you wear lots of hats. So Confirming Hope is just one of my roles, but something that I'm really passionate about, and I absolutely love working with young people and schools. And they're definitely really inspiring to me as well. So it's a part of my work that I really love.
Okay, do you have resources at Squelga for sixth class students in the Gaeltacht and attending Gael School, Rachel?
In Confirming Hope, and somebody just asked me if we could provide it at Squelga the other day. In Confirming Hope, we don't, mostly because my Irish would not be up to the standard to write a full project. I wish it was. But I was just saying to a teacher who asked me recently that I would love to be able to provide that. We do provide some of our Christmas Shoebox Appeal resources Gaelga that we have had translated by some of our lovely Gaelgore volunteers around the country. So we're definitely open to anyone who'd like to volunteer in that way. We'd love to work with someone and be able to offer our Gaelga schools a project specifically for them, yeah.
Yeah, you could probably get a volunteer or volunteers to do it, or you could contact someone like Gaelin yourself and maybe get them to translate it, I'm not I'm not sure if they would charge you, but even if they did charge, I don't think it'd be a huge amount of money, but it's up to yourself anyway. Okay, Rachel, how many schools take part in Confirming Hope every year?
Usually we have around 40 to 50. So this time of year, people sign up, and then actually confirmations happen from February. February would be the very early ones. And then we have a good few in March, April, and then, like you said, more even than that in June. So they're taking place the whole time. So people are signing up now at teamhope.ie, and then they get their project and they work through that, and we update them with extra resources and information every couple of weeks. We send out an email and keep in touch with everyone and make sure they're being supported. Yeah, so it's all happening now.
Okay, Rachel, before you go to come towards the end of the interview, can you tell us if you have any more plans in Team Hope over the rest of the year, leading us up to the big next Shoebox Appeal?
We actually have our planning week next week. So we're going to sit down every morning next week and really plan out this year. And there's an absolute wealth of ideas already coming out of just having the agenda for that. A lot of things we'd love to do for the Christmas Shoebox Appeal to help people to get involved, and just an absolute wealth of ideas, from working with businesses to working with churches to working with schools. So hopefully we'll have something more concrete at the end of next week that we will be able to share.